Did you know that there's a small but incredibly powerful fruit that's taking over the world? It's olives, nature's precious green gems, with an annual production of up to 3 million tons. Packed with vitamins E, K, and A, along with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, olive oil isn't just a source of healthy fat, it's one of the most valuable and nutritious superfoods on the planet. From sun-soaked green fields, olives are carefully harvested and quickly transported to processing plants, where the real magic begins. Thanks to the perfect combination of human skill and modern technology, these tiny olives are transformed into precious drops of golden oil, delicious culinary delights, and even naturally fragrant bars of soap. Today, let's discover how those shimmering green gems under the sun transform into nature's finest gifts right in your own home. Let's dive. In Spain, the world's olive empire produces a staggering 40% of the global olive supply. At the heart of this production lies Andalusia, home to over 300 million olive trees stretching as far as the eye can see. If the Spaniards dominate in production volume, the Italians take pride in their premium olive oil quality thanks to a refined and rigorous production process. But here's something you might not expect. A $10 bottle of European olive oil gains weight with a 25% US tariff. If made in the US, Canada blocks it with trade barriers. In China, its price jumps 20 cents, like an overgenerous oil spread on toast. And now, thanks to Trump's new tariff policies, things are heating up even more. What's your take on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. On large-scale olive farms, both green and ripe olives are harvested using advanced machinery, making the process faster and more efficient while saving significant labor costs. The highlight of modern olive harvesting is the straddle harvester, a high-tech machine equipped with rotating arms and vibrating rods. It glides smoothly along the rows of olive trees, creating just the right amount of gentle vibration to make the olives drop without damaging the branches. Once the olives are dislodged, they're quickly gathered onto a conveyor belt and directed into large collection bins or trailers running alongside the harvester. With the capacity to harvest between 5,000 and 8,000 pounds of olives per hour, these machines significantly boost productivity and reduce the physical demands on farmers. On smaller and mid-sized farms, shaking machines offer a more practical solution. These machines have mechanical arms that gently grip the trunk of the tree and create rhythmic vibrations, just enough to make the ripe olives drop into soft, sloped catch trays positioned beneath the tree. From there, the olives roll onto a conveyor belt and are quickly gathered into large bins. For premium olive varieties, especially those destined for high-quality extra virgin olive oil or gourmet table olives, hand harvesting remains the gold standard. Farmers use a combination of light vibrating rods and manual picking to ensure the olives aren't bruised or damaged, preserving their delicate flavor and texture. The vibrating rods create a gentle shaking motion that encourages ripe olives to detach from the branches without harming the tree. Although hand harvesting produces only around 3,300 pounds of olives per hour, far less than mechanical methods, it guarantees the highest quality product, meeting the demanding standards of the luxury market. If you grow tomatoes, you can pick them and eat them right away when they're ripe. But olives are different. They are naturally so bitter that even goats, some of the least picky eaters on the planet, are among the few creatures that can chew them without cringing. But my friends, we're only halfway through the journey of transforming these green gems of nature into salted olives, soap, and rich olive oil. Right now, let's continue this fascinating adventure, one that will leave you both amazed and delighted. Once harvested, the fresh olives begin a whole new journey inside modern processing plants. Here, they're transformed into a variety of products, ranging from crisp, briny jarred olives to fragrant olive oil and luxurious olive-based soaps. Once the olives arrive at the factory, they go through a careful sorting and cleaning process to ensure the highest quality for the final products. Large containers filled with fresh olives are poured into a feeding hopper and transferred to a sorting system via a conveyor belt. Here, a system of vibrating screens and air blowers works to remove impurities such as leaves, branches, and any remaining dirt. After sorting, the olives continue along the conveyor belt to the washing. In this stage, large tanks filled with flowing water wash away any remaining dirt or debris clinging to the olives. The cleaning process doesn't stop there. After leaving the water tanks, the olives undergo an additional cleaning stage using a series of high-pressure water jets positioned along the conveyor belt. The strong, consistent spray ensures that each olive is thoroughly cleaned, removing any last traces of impurities and leaving them perfectly fresh and ready for the next stage of processing. There are different types of olives, and each type is suited to a specific production process. Large, meaty olives are ideal for brining, as their crisp texture and rich flavor are enhanced during fermentation. Meanwhile, smaller olives with higher oil content are typically used for oil extraction or processed into other products such as soap and cosmetics. For brined olives, the process begins when the cleaned olives are transferred into large stainless steel brining tanks. These tanks are filled with a saltwater solution maintained at a stable concentration of 8 to 10%. An automated circulation system ensures that the brine is evenly distributed, allowing the olives to absorb the flavor uniformly. The brining process lasts for several weeks, but this patience is key to developing the signature taste and crisp texture of brined olives. The temperature inside the tanks is carefully controlled between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius to ensure that the olives soak up the brine evenly and reach the perfect consistency. For pitted olive products, the brined olives are sent to an automated pitting machine. This high-precision machine uses small blades and push rods to carefully remove the pit without damaging the olive's shape or texture. Advanced sensors monitor the process, ensuring the olives remain whole and unbruised. In some modern factories, machines also stuff the olives with ingredients like garlic, almonds, or cheese after the pit is removed, creating gourmet products that cater to a wide range of market preferences. Before packaging, the olives undergo one final round of inspection to ensure they meet the highest quality standards. The olives are then transported to an automated packaging line, where jars and cans are filled with the exact amount of olives and brine solution. This system ensures consistent weight and airtight sealing to prevent contamination and preserve freshness. Each container is then automatically labeled with information about the origin and expiration date. Once sterilized, the products are stored in temperature-controlled warehouses set between 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, ready to be shipped to markets worldwide. Olives aren't just used for food, they're also the key ingredient in creating luxurious natural skincare products. Among them, olive soap is often called the green gold bar, a gift from nature for your skin. The journey of making olive soap begins in large stainless steel vats, where olive oil is heated to 120 degrees Celsius to start the saponification process. The heated olive oil is mixed with water, natural soda, and a small amount of bay laurel oil. This mixture forms a smooth emulsion, the base for creating nutrient-rich soap bars. When the saponification process is complete, the smooth liquid soap mixture is carefully poured onto a large flat surface, usually a stainless steel tray or a wooden tray lined with wax paper to prevent sticking. The process of spreading the mixture requires skill and experience, as the layer of soap must be evenly distributed to ensure that each soap bar will have a uniform shape and size after cutting. After the mixture has been spread evenly, the soap is left to rest for about 24 hours or longer. Throughout the hardening process, the soap also begins to develop its distinctive texture and fragrance. Olive oil, combined with other natural ingredients such as bay laurel oil and soda, gradually infuses into the soap structure, creating a mild and pleasant aroma. Once the soap has fully hardened, it can be easily cut into small bars with a consistent shape. The right level of hardness allows the soap bars to maintain a firm texture while still being soft enough to create a rich lather when used. This is a crucial step to ensure that each bar of soap is not only visually appealing but also meets high standards for quality and texture. Each bar is hand-stamped with the brand's unique mark, a symbol of quality and authenticity. The soap bars are then stacked into pyramid-shaped towers and left to cure for 1 to 6 months. This curing process allows the soap to harden properly and develop a long-lasting, rich texture. Each bar of soap, once completed, is the result of craftsmanship and patience. Handcrafted olive soap offers a natural fragrance and a smooth, gentle feel on the skin. However, there are still mixed opinions about the hygiene of this type of soap. What are your thoughts on this issue? Finally, the soap bars are carefully packaged in eco-friendly wrapping, ready to be enjoyed by consumers. With its natural ingredients and time-honored production process, olive soap delivers deep nourishment and hydration, offering a touch of Mediterranean luxury to your daily skincare routine. And now, it's time to step into the journey of producing nature's liquid gold, where tiny olives are transformed into shimmering, fragrant drops of oil that will leave you amazed. In the olive oil production process, after being cleaned, the olives are transferred to the crushing machine. This machine uses stainless steel rollers to grind the entire olive, including the flesh, pit, and skin, into a fine paste. Throughout the crushing process, the temperature is carefully controlled and kept below 27 degrees Celsius to preserve the oil's nutrients and delicate flavor. The olive paste is then transferred to a mixing tank, where it is slowly stirred. This process encourages the small oil droplets to combine into larger droplets, which makes the extraction process more efficient. After the mixing stage, the olive paste is transferred to a horizontal centrifuge for oil extraction. The centrifuge spins the paste at high speeds, separating the mixture based on density. The lighter oil separates from the heavier olive pulp and water, which are discarded or repurposed for other uses. At this stage, the extracted olive oil is still crude oil with a deep green or pale yellow color, depending on the type of olives and their ripeness. While sunflower oil has a light, neutral flavor, olive oil is richer, with hints of bitterness, fruity notes, and a slightly peppery finish. Its higher levels of monounsaturated fats and antioxidants make olive oil superior in terms of flavor and health benefits. Have you noticed the difference between these two types of oil? The extracted raw oil then passes through a fine filtration system using either paper filters or stainless steel mesh to remove any remaining particles or impurities. This ensures the final product is pure and clean, with a smooth, rich flavor. Once filtered, the olive oil is directed to an automated bottling system. The oil is poured into dark glass bottles or stainless steel containers to protect it from light and oxygen, which can degrade its quality over time. Each container is carefully sealed with a specialized cap or one-way valve to maintain freshness. The finished products are then labeled with details about the origin, production date, and type of oil, such as extra virgin. The bottled olive oil is stored in climate-controlled warehouses, where the temperature is maintained between 15 to 18 degrees Celsius to preserve its flavor and nutritional value. Before shipment, the olive oil undergoes strict quality control tests. To be classified as extra virgin, the olive oil must have an acidity level below 0.8% and pass sensory tests without any defects. Thanks to a combination of modern technology and meticulous attention to detail at every step, the final product is not only rich in flavor but also a true expression of nature's finest work. A perfect harmony of science, craftsmanship, and tradition. Corned beef is a beloved food item enjoyed around the world, often featured in classic dishes such as sandwiches or served alongside cabbage in traditional Irish meals. Its distinct flavor and long shelf life have made it a popular choice for generations. But have you ever wondered how this iconic product is made? Today, we'll walk you through every step of the process, from sourcing the raw materials to the final packaged product, giving you an in-depth look at the craftsmanship and technology involved in creating this beloved food. The process begins with sourcing the key raw material, beef. The meat used for corned beef usually comes from the brisket or round cut, which are ideal for the curing process due to their texture and flavor. These cuts are typically sourced from high-quality beef producers, often from local farms or larger meat suppliers, depending on the scale of production. Quality control is essential at this stage to ensure that the beef meets strict standards for fat content, texture, and freshness. The cattle used are often raised in specific regions known for their superior beef production, and only the best cuts are selected to go through the corned beef process. Once the beef arrives at the processing facility, it undergoes a thorough inspection to ensure it meets all quality standards. Inspectors check for any signs of spoilage, discoloration, or other issues that could affect the quality of the final product. After passing inspection, the beef is cleaned and trimmed to remove any excess fat or connective tissue that isn't needed for the process. The trimming is done by skilled butchers or automated machines, depending on the facility, ensuring that each cut is prepared to the correct specifications. The beef is then divided into appropriately sized portions, ready to be cured. The cleaning process is crucial to maintaining hygiene and quality. The beef is rinsed in cold water to remove any surface contaminants, ensuring the meat is as clean as possible before it enters the curing phase. In some facilities, the meat may also be soaked in a brine solution for a short period to help tenderize it and enhance its flavor. This step also ensures that the meat is properly prepared for the curing process, which is where corned beef gets its signature flavor. The primary processing stage is where the beef is transformed into corned beef through a process called curing. Curing is the method by which salt is used to preserve the meat, giving it a long shelf life and unique taste. The term corn comes from the large grains or corns of salt traditionally used in the process. A special brine mixture is used, which typically contains water, salt, sodium nitrate to preserve the color, and a blend of spices that may include mustard seeds, peppercorns, bay leaves, and cloves. The beef is placed into large vats or tanks where it is submerged in the brine. This step is crucial as it allows the salt and spices to penetrate the meat, infusing it with flavor while also preserving it. The curing process can take anywhere from several days to a week, depending on the size of the beef cuts and the specific recipe being followed. During this time, the meat is kept at a low temperature to prevent spoilage and ensure that the curing process takes place slowly and evenly. In some cases, the beef may be injected with the brine solution to ensure that it is evenly distributed throughout the meat, speeding up the curing process and ensuring a consistent flavor profile. If you're enjoying this detailed look at the fascinating process behind corned beef, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on our future videos where we explore the production of more of your favorite foods. Once the beef has been fully cured, it is removed from the brine and rinsed to remove any excess salt or spices that may have accumulated on the surface. At this stage, the meat is firm and has developed the characteristic pinkish color that corned beef is known for. The next step in the process is to cook the meat. Cooking is an essential part of the process, as it not only makes the beef tender but also helps to lock in the flavors from the curing process. The beef is typically slow cooked in large steam ovens or kettles. The cooking time can vary depending on the size of the beef cuts, but it generally takes several hours for the meat to become tender and fully cooked. The cooking temperature is carefully controlled to ensure the meat doesn't dry out, and the steam method helps to retain moisture within the beef. During this phase, the meat may also be seasoned further to enhance its flavor. After cooking, the beef is left to cool, allowing it to firm up slightly before moving on to the next stage of production. After cooking, the corned beef enters the secondary processing stage, where it is refined and prepared for packaging. In many cases, the beef is sliced or shredded, depending on the type of product being produced. Slicing is done using precision machines that can cut the beef into uniform slices, perfect for sandwiches or deli-style servings. Shredding, on the other hand, is used for products that will be canned or packaged in a different form. Both methods ensure that the beef is processed into the desired consistency, ready for packaging. In some cases, additional steps are taken to enhance the flavor of the beef. For example, some producers may choose to smoke the beef lightly, adding a layer of smoky flavor that complements the cured taste. This process is typically done using natural wood chips in specialized smoking chambers, where the beef is exposed to smoke for a set period. This additional flavoring step is not always part of the traditional process, but can add a unique twist to the final product. Now that the corned beef is fully processed, it is ready to be packaged. The packaging process is critical for ensuring the product's freshness and long shelf life. Depending on the type of product, the beef may be vacuum sealed in airtight plastic packaging or placed into cans for long-term storage. Vacuum sealing is a popular method as it removes air from the packaging, preventing the growth of bacteria and helping the beef stay fresh for longer. In some cases, the beef may be packed in brine within the packaging to help preserve its moisture and flavor. For canned corned beef, the meat is placed into sterilized cans, along with a small amount of brine or broth to keep it moist. The cans are then sealed and cooked under pressure to ensure they are completely sterile, extending the shelf life of the product to several years. This method allows corned beef to be stored and transported without the need for refrigeration, making it a popular option for consumers worldwide. Hygiene is of the utmost importance during the packaging process. Factories that produce corned beef adhere to strict cleanliness protocols to ensure the product is safe for consumption. Workers wear protective clothing, and machinery is regularly cleaned and sanitized to prevent contamination. Every package is also labeled with important information such as the use-by date, batch number, and nutritional information, ensuring that consumers know exactly what they are purchasing. Once the corned beef has been packaged, it is stored in temperature-controlled warehouses until it is ready for distribution. If the product is vacuum sealed or fresh, it is typically kept refrigerated at a temperature between 0 and 5 degrees Celsius to maintain its freshness. Canned corned beef, on the other hand, can be stored at room temperature due to its long shelf life. From the warehouse, the product is loaded onto refrigerated trucks for transportation to retailers and distributors. This ensures that the corned beef arrives at its destination in perfect condition, ready to be enjoyed by consumers around the world. Corned beef is distributed across a wide range of markets, from local grocery stores to international retailers. The global demand for corned beef has remained strong for decades, with millions of cans and packages produced each year. In countries like the UK, Ireland, and the United States, corned beef is a staple food item, enjoyed in both traditional dishes and modern recipes. If you enjoyed learning about how this popular food is made, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content on food production. We've got plenty more interesting processes to explore, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. The process of making corned beef is a fascinating blend of traditional methods and modern technology. From the careful selection of high-quality beef to the precise curing, cooking, and packaging techniques, each step plays a critical role in creating a product that has been enjoyed by people around the world for generations. Whether it's served as part of a hearty meal or used as an ingredient in other dishes, corned beef continues to be a versatile and beloved food known for its rich flavor and long-lasting appeal. While refined cane sugar is present in most everyday foods, dates, with their abundant natural sweetness, proudly stand as nature's candy and a guilt-free answer to our endless craving for sweetness. But have you ever wondered how nearly 10 million tons of these sweet treasures are harvested and produced each year? From sun-drenched oases deep within the blazing desert, the magical journey of the date begins. After being carefully harvested, the fruits are brought to modern factories where these humble dates are transformed into premium boxes of whole dates, soft and chewy blocks of date paste, and rich dark amber jars of date syrup. Today, Mysterious Process will take you on a journey following dates, uncovering the secrets behind a treasure that has been cherished for thousands of years. Everything will be revealed in this video. Imagine standing in the heart of a sun-drenched oasis where towering date palms rise proudly toward the sky, their ripe clusters swaying gently in the breeze, carrying the sweet scent of sunlight and earth. Welcome to Egypt, the kingdom of dates, where nearly 1.9 million tons are harvested each year, accounting for almost 20% of global production and firmly holding the #1 spot in the world. Although Egypt leads in production, the United Arab Emirates takes the crown in processing and exports, while California in the U.S. is renowned for premium varieties like medjool, which can sell for up to 3 times the price of regular dates. But why are dates so valuable and sought after? While cane sugar, refined through an intensive industrial process, offers 99.9% pure sucrose with little nutrition, dates naturally provide up to 70% sugars, enriched with fiber, minerals, and antioxidants, outshining even raisins and prunes. Sharing the same lineage as coconut palms, date palms, with their towering varieties reaching up to 21 to 23 meters or more, compact dwarf cultivars have stood proud through over 8,000 years of history. Their resilience and enduring presence have earned them the honor of being considered one of nature's most precious treasures. Yet, this majestic beauty demands a heavy price, giving rise to one of the world's most dangerous professions, climbing the swaying crowns high above to harvest dates. But before a mature date palm can yield tens of thousands of fruits each year, farmers must complete a crucial step: pollination. A process typically carried out around 3 to 5 years after the tree begins to reach maturity, depending on the variety and growing conditions. Unlike many fruit trees that can self-pollinate, date palms require cross-pollination, meaning both male and female trees are necessary for fruit to form. The process begins by identifying male trees, which can be recognized by their long, ivory-colored flower clusters. Once these flowers have matured, they are carefully cut and the fine pollen is collected with precision. Next, skilled farmers transfer this pollen to female trees, a golden step that directly determines the yield and quality of the harvest. Typically, the pollen is applied manually to the female flowers in full bloom, either by hand or with the help of specialized spraying equipment. To give you a better idea of the scale, just one healthy male tree can produce enough pollen to fertilize up to 50 female trees. About 20 to 25 days after pollination, tiny, tender date fruits begin to form on the flower clusters of the mother tree, marking the quiet start of their journey under the sun and wind. An interesting fact you might not know is that about 2 months before harvest season, the date clusters are covered with breathable mesh bags like natural armor to protect them from pests and insects, while also helping the fruit ripen evenly, develop a richer color, and enhance their flavor. And if you're a patient and dedicated farmer who tends the trees until around the 6th year and beyond, you'll be rewarded with sweet, bountiful clusters of fruit each September. At small and medium-sized date farms under the scorching desert sun, rope climbing tools become the only means for farmers to reach the towering clusters of dates high above. Once at the top, the harvester uses a specialized knife to carefully cut each bunch, then gently lowers it down using a rope system. The mesh bags previously wrapped around the date clusters, originally used to protect the fruit from birds and insects, now serve an extra purpose, catching any loose dates during the harvest. In regions such as Egypt and the Middle East, wages for date harvesting typically range between $1 and $2 per hour, depending on local economic conditions. The work requires endurance, balance, and experience, as climbing tall palm trees without full safety equipment can be physically demanding and risky. As a result, on larger farms, the use of modern harvesting equipment is becoming a widely adopted solution, replacing manual labor with a safer, faster, and more efficient method of collecting dates, significantly reducing the physical strain on workers. Before each operation, automated lifting machines are carefully inspected, and workers are equipped with safety harnesses and specialized tools such as shears or harvesting knives. These hydraulic platforms can reach heights of 10 to 20 meters, allowing workers to easily access the hanging fruit clusters without having to climb dangerous tree trunks. Once near the golden bunches, the worker gently handpicks the dates or shakes the mesh bags covering the ripe fruit, allowing them to fall safely into nets spread out below. The application of modern technology has increased harvesting productivity by up to 10 times compared to traditional manual methods and, most notably, provides significantly improved labor safety despite the relatively high initial investment. This core difference is a key reason why premium medjool dates from California's Coachella Valley can command prices up to 3 times higher. While over 90% of dates in Egypt and the Middle East are still harvested manually at lower production costs, making them better suited for large-scale supply chains and mass market consumption, the sun-drenched desert accounts for only half of the date's exceptional quality. The other half of this sweet journey truly begins once the ripe fruits enter the factory, where the final caliber of each date is ultimately determined. Upon arrival at the factory, all dates undergo an initial inspection before entering the production line. Any batches that do not meet the required standards are either rejected or diverted for separate handling. Meanwhile, the batches that meet the standards are moved onto the processing line. First, the dates are poured onto conveyor belts and transported to the cleaning area. Here, they are submerged in large water tanks with air agitation and high-pressure water jets. This step is designed to remove dirt, sand, insects, and any other impurities clinging to the fruit's outer skin. While high-pressure washing effectively removes dirt, debris, and surface residues from the dates, it does not completely eliminate pesticide residues that may have penetrated beneath the skin. Therefore, strict control of farming practices and careful sourcing of raw materials are essential to ensure safe, high-quality products. After cleaning, the dates are transferred onto multi-lane conveyor belts, which align the fruits into neat rows to prevent overlap and minimize bruising. At the end of the conveyor, the dates pass through an array of automated inspection equipment that includes industrial cameras, multispectral scanners, and sometimes gentle pressure sensors. This advanced system can handle up to 50,000 dates per hour, equivalent to the manual output of around 1,000 workers in the same time frame, greatly optimizing productivity, reducing labor costs, and ensuring high sorting accuracy. For premium whole fruit fresh products, the sorted dates undergo one final manual inspection by staff to ensure that only the highest quality fruits make it to the next stage. Depending on the intended use, the dates are either packaged fresh as whole fruits or sent to drying chambers. Drying extends their shelf life and prepares them for further processing into value-added products. For dwarf varieties of date palms such as the Bari cultivar, the fruits often ripen to a bright golden yellow, making them especially popular for fresh consumption. These trees are easier to care for and harvest, and their fruits are also more affordable. If dried, the dates are processed using a hot air convection system where both temperature and humidity are carefully controlled. This method reduces the moisture content to an ideal level, typically below 20%, extending shelf life while preserving the fruit's natural sweetness and soft, chewy texture. Some premium products undergo additional steps after drying. These include pitting and stuffing with popular fillings like almonds, walnuts, or soft cheeses. Once stuffed, the dates are gently reshaped using molds to ensure a consistent appearance. But the journey isn't over yet. Before we explore the remarkable uses of date seeds and the sweet pureed flesh, we first step into the world of modern packaging. After undergoing thorough inspection, each date is transferred into an automated portioning machine where sensors precisely determine the required weight for each pack, ensuring consistency across all finished products. Next, the dates travel through chutes and are automatically dispensed into bags, boxes, or plastic trays, depending on the intended packaging format. A heat sealing system works in perfect sync with the portioning unit to immediately seal each package, preventing exposure to outside air and helping maintain freshness. Once the pits have been removed, the remaining fruit flesh is transferred to the grinding area to produce date paste, a smooth, spreadable product commonly used in pastries, nutrition bars, energy snacks, and baby foods. All the fruit is fed into an industrial grinder, where the dates are finely ground into a soft, uniform paste. The mixture then undergoes mild heat treatment to stabilize its structure, ensure food safety, and extend shelf life. After that, the paste is extruded through a forming machine to achieve a consistent texture that's easy to package and use. Finally, The date paste is packed into small pouches, plastic tubs, or large commercial bags depending on its intended application. But the sweetness of dates doesn't stop there. Once the flesh is extracted, it's slowly cooked at around 80 to 90 degrees Celsius for approximately 4 to 6 hours, transforming into a rich caramel-colored syrup that captures the very essence of the fruit. The natural sugar content in date syrup can reach up to 75%, making it a powerful and nutritious sweetener. From ancient groves to cutting-edge facilities, the story of dates is one of heritage, resilience, and innovation. Today, what began as a humble desert fruit now stands as a symbol of both tradition and technological advancement, one bite at a time.